Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Snackbox. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you all had a great Monday so far. The Void Guaranteed Legendary event just went live, and I want to share my thoughts on it. So the Guaranteed event just went live, and so did some other events. Let's take a look what we're uh, facing here. So we have two events on the Void charts. We have the Guaranteed Champion, which is Little Miss Annie, and you can get her from 100 Void charts. Now, Little Miss Annie, I have her, but I never really used her. I know she's not that bad, but honestly, I don't think uh, she will change your account, or she's not a game changer, right? Like, she just looks amazing. Like this is probably my most the design of a champion that I like the most. Definitely one of my favorites. Just the way she's like, moving all the time and really looks scary, and I like that a lot. So if you look at her kit, she has a triple hit on her A1, heal reduction, and decreased defense for 2 turns. Can be booked up to 75% chance. It's not bad at all. Really strong A1 actually if, on a triple hit. The A2 is attacks one enemy 2 times before attacking, places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, will ignore 25% of the target's defense, also places a perfect whale buff on this champion for 2 turns, then fills this champion's turn meter by 30%. So there's a lot of self-buffing going on, which is also not really bad. You have ignore defense on the A2. It's a 2-hitter, also pretty interesting, and the turn meter fill can be booked down to 2 turns cooldown. Not bad, not a bad skill at all. Her A3 will attack one enemy, ignore 25% of the target's defense, destroys the target's max HP by 25% of the damage inflicted, will repeat the attack if the target has both higher defense and higher max HP than this champion, places revive on death on this champion for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. So yeah, also this one hits pretty hard, I guess. Ignores the defense, destroys max HP damage. Overall, not a bad skill. Then we have this passive here. When revived, attacks the enemy that killed this champion with the default skill. Also fills this champion's turn meter by 25% and places shield buff on this champion equal to 50% of their max HP for 2 turns. And if you're a center to 3-star, she unlocks this other passive. Each hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 10% and a 100% chance of destroying the target's max HP damage by 10% of the damage inflicted when attacking enemies under heal reduction or decreased defense debuffs. Also heals this champion by 10% of the damage inflicted when attacking enemies under heal reduction or decreased defense debuffs. So basically a synergy to her A1. I guess she's a decent champ. She can probably help you in like areas like the Scarab King, and I think the fastest Fire Knight team on stage 10 hard also includes her. And yeah, there she is. And also, I think there's another one as well. There you go. So for she's really not that bad for some end game kind of things. And I don't know. I never used her. She's not really helping me in any area of the game, so I don't think she will be game changing for anybody. But if you try to collect them all, like me, I'm a little collector. I want them all basically. It's a nice uh, um, it's a nice opportunity to get her for 100 void shards, which is really not that bad. A void legendary for 100 shards. You might pull another legendary in those 100 shards, and just keep in mind, if you actually pull Little Miss Annie, the guaranteed champion event will finish straight away. So that would be kind of unlucky. But at the same time, we also have a progressive chance event with Toymisia and Solus. Both are actually pretty solid. Solus was the best defensive nuker in the game for a very long time. He's still very strong. He has high multipliers on his AoE hit. He can also provoke, so he can definitely be your Hydra provoker. He can strip debuffs actually with a random triple hit on his A2, and he can deal damage. So that's like really solid champion. Same as Toymisia, really nice HP burn champion. She can also deal quite a good amount of damage. Then for the ancient shards, we have a couple of really decent legendaries, honestly. The best one in here is probably Wukong. He's still top tier in the arena, and really nice in Hydra too. He can definitely deal a good amount of damage and be your block buffs champion, and also strip the buffs. So really solid. Samson, I don't really see him used that often, other than Cursed City or some siege battles. I don't see where he's where he's going to shine. Same as this guy, I forgot his name. Yeah, but overall, really solid champions. I personally have most of these. If we take a look at Ragash, Ragash is actually also a really solid defensive nuker. He can also stun and place decreased defense on his AoE A2, and he smacks pretty hard. So this is definitely a really nice nuker. I really like this champion. Also the design, a tiger, looks pretty awesome. He buffs himself with increased defense, which is kind of nice. A two-hitter, he buffs himself with increased defense, and he can smack pretty hard. He also can buff strengthen and increase speed on his whole team and himself with Perfect Whale. And also at the start of each turn places a Perfect Whale buff for 1 turn on the ally with the highest attack. Inflicts 20% more damage against targets whose def is lower than this champion's defense. So if you build him with a lot of defense, he will definitely deal a lot of damage. So really solid defensive nuking champion. Now, the other champion was Steltus, Dragonbane, often used in, Dragon, because he can deflect, he can reflect those poisons back to the dragon, so he's often used there. But he's also a really solid defensive nuker. He does have a two-hitter on his A2, which can also place a stun. And he buffers himself with increased defense, and this ability actually smacks real hard. So he has 2 AoE hits and can also lock the whole enemy team down. So I really like this champion. Also the looks, the design looks really awesome with this dragon helmet. Really nice. Wukong, I don't think we have to go and check out Wukong. It's pretty obvious what he does. And yeah, those are pretty much the best options you can have here. Wukong, Ragash, and Steltus. The other two are most likely used in Cursed City and, very niche. Same as Little Miss Annie. Now, at the same time as these summoning events, there's an Halloween Deck of Fate. And in this Halloween Deck of Fate, you get points by getting champions from any source. So that's actually interesting. Now, if you decide to pull 100 Void Shards for Little Miss Annie, you will definitely get those 7,000 points for Little Miss Annie, and of course all the points for the other champions you're gonna pull. So 100 Void Shards, that's actually a lot of points. Now if you're lucky enough to pull enough epics, or maybe another legendary as well, you might be able to complete the Deck of Fate in this guaranteed event. And it's only 40,000 points. You will get Little Miss Annie at the end, so that's already 7,000. So basically you need to get those 33,000 points and the rest of the shards. And this is probably not that hard to achieve. You can also in this Deck of Fate pin the rarities. So for example, if you flip a card and you get an epic reward, you should definitely pin it, because the rewards from the epic ones, if you get 3 in a row, are really, really, really solid. 1,000 energy, even if you just get a feast or those 10 essences. I mean, the best one is probably the mythical book. Then I would take the ore, and then the energy, and then the gems, and overall pretty solid. A nice little extra bonus if you want to go for the guaranteed legendary. Pretty nice. Now another thing is the summon pool that is active right now, which also has some really, really solid legendaries in here. For example, Rotos, definitely one of the best nukers in the game still for arena, also usable in some of the PvE content. So if you're trying to get Rotos, for example, this is probably your best chance to get him, or Duchess, Ancora, Theodore. A lot of really nice legendaries in here. Most of them are really usable in a lot of areas. Noct is probably the worst one in there, but other than that, the other ones are pretty solid. Theodore, one of the best, poison, activate poison champions. He can, carry you through PvE content. Same as Duchess, was definitely one of the most wanted revivers for a very long time. Ancora, which was a fusion, but really nice with Narcissus. Helicat, with his block damage. Calvalax, also really nice champion. If you combine him with Theodore, for example, it's a really nice synergy. Hafrak can also do some work in arena, really solid. And Morrigan, a nice little, speed turn meter booster. So overall, this pool of champions is really solid. Same as the epics. Really nice champs in here. If you still need a seeker for your unkillable or block damage clan boss team or whatever, really nice here. Whisper can also be used in a lot of areas. Husk, nice max HP damage champion. You can use him in Hydra, Faction Wars, and so on. So a really nice pool actually. And I think we have a Sand Devil tournament coming up in in an hour, right about an hour. And if you want to check out my video on the Sand Devil team that I use, I'll link it in the description below. Maybe it will help you. I use about like 2 to 2.3 thousand energy to complete the whole Sand Devil turn attack tournament, and yeah, it really pays off. I get an extra summon for that. Maybe I'll just go for the Prism Crystal. I don't know if I go all the way. We will see, but it definitely helps you, as you need to farm Sand Devil anyway, because this is probably the best way to, you know, upgrade your artifacts that you already have that have nice rolls, and you just need to, you know, you need to ascend them and get those extra stats, so you can, you know, progress easier in other areas of the game. Now, I would highly recommend you to farm stage 25 as soon as possible, because that's the only stage where you get Chaos Dust, which can, you know, change one artifact from being mediocre to being, you know, top tier. And, you know, it's really, really worth it, especially if you look at it on the long run. You will get a lot of dust, and it really helps you roll in your artifacts, you know, the right way. Other than that, guys, we got the Fusion warm-up event started yesterday. You know, make sure you complete it. So, you know, it's not a lot, but still, you get one shard at the end, a little bit of energy and gems and so on, and you know, nice little goodies from day to day. So definitely don't miss out on them. So yeah, we got a lot of events right now with the we just had a triple progressive chance event on the weekend. Now we have this you know, guaranteed void legendary, and then another progressive chance event, and the prism shard event. So they are definitely trying to drain our resources before the fusion, but I'm just gonna save up my you know, my shards, and you know, go for the Sand Devil later, open up my one prism shard summon I'll get, and hope for the best. I hope I get another Rotos so I can get mine to +2. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you for now. Make sure you save your resources if you want to complete the fusion. Other than that, have a nice week, and see you in the next video.